this is Jill with stampwithjill.com and Fun Stamper's Journey. This is the card that we're going to make today. We made this at convention last week and I thought I would show you how much fun it is to make it. So let's get started. First, we are going to start with a black licorice card base. And this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then you will need 2 pieces of whipped cream cardstock cut to 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to leave one here for us to work with. The second one is for the inside of your card. We are also going to need a piece of shiny gold cardstock and a piece of whipped cream cardstock. The shiny gold is 3.5 by 1 1/4, and this piece of whipped cream is 4 by 1. I also have some accessories, a button and a piece of white twine, and we'll see that at the end. So this was the card we made at convention. It was done with some watercoloring and some liquid colors and some re-inkers. For the one we're making today, I changed it up a little, and we are going to make it with a slightly different button with gold instead of silver. This one has shiny silver on it, if you can see it in the camera. And it has a button that I don't have yet. So, and then I did mine with sponge daubers, which you can see here on the screen, and ink. And then I used some silks on top of that. So we're gonna make this version of it. Essentially, they look almost the same. They're just a slightly different technique. Okay, let's get started. First, we're gonna start with the Cool Pool. And we are going to dip this into the ink and just kind of put some color on the cardstock. So this is Fusion ink. It blends really nicely on cardstock. So these little imperfections here you don't have to worry about because they're going to not show up after we put the stamp on it. Okay. So we're done with the Cool Pool. And next we're going to move on to the Sweet Pear. And we just peel this off and put the next one on the handle. Super simple. And then we're just going to add some more color. Oops. It's been a while since I've done some videos, so if I make a mistake, you're just going to have to bear with me while I get back into practice. Okay, so there's a little bit of green Sweet Pear. So we're done with the Sweet Pear, and now we're going to move on to Banana Cream. Okay. And then you're just going to fill in the last spots and kind of blend them all together. And it's just going to look like a bunch of blobs of ink on the paper. You can see how creamy and nice this blends. This last little bit over here. Okay, so there you have it. The base of the card is done. So the main stamp set that we're using today is called Flower Tangle. I have it here in my storage pouch, but I will pull it out. It is a brand new background stamp. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I already have it mounted on my stamp set, on my block, and we are going to take the black licorice ink and we are going to ink this up. So then we're just going to take this, we're going to turn it upside down and carefully place it on there. I have a piece of copy paper here handy. You can see I was making a few of these. You're just gonna rub it so you get all even ink coverage. Carefully lift it off and you have this background. So you can see, I'll bring my card sample back in, that it looks very similar. It was a little bit heavier with the blue, a little lighter with the other colors, and that's how you get that background. I think it's so beautiful. Okay, so now we can put the rest of the card together. So we are going to take this 1 inch by 4 inch, and the sentiment, thinking of you, comes from the Inside Out stamp set, and I have this stored in our storage pouch. And this one has words for the inside and for the outside of your card, and today we're using Thinking of You. So we are going to stamp the Thinking of You in black ink onto the whipped cream. There we go. All right, so I already folded my black cardstock, and your 1 piece of whipped cream cardstock is going to go on the inside. So we will put a little bit of adhesive here. I'll put this on the inside of your card. Okay. And then we're going to tape this to the outside of the card. Okay, see how nicely that looks? Okay, so for the sentiment, you're going to need your sentiment, your gold. I have a little bit of twine. I have a black heart button and some glue dots. So for the inside of the card, I am going to use, just thought you could use a little extra sunshine today. So I'm going to put that right on my block, stamp that with black licorice, and go ahead and put that right on the inside of the card. There you go. I made a little tiny smudge, just don't look there. There you go. Okay, so I have my shiny gold. You can see how shiny it really is. And my sentiment, my button, and my whipped cream thread. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this on an angle. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back, and I'm going to line it up where there's just a little bit of extra on the gold so I can trim it. There we go. Okay, so then you're just going to take it from the corner and hand cut it up, and then this little piece that hangs over, you can just trim that. So now you have that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue dot the button on. Like that. And then I'm just going to do a cheater bow with the twine. So I take the edge of my thread, rather not twine, and I just make a loop and make the bow. And then I tighten up the loops like that. And then you trim the tails, move this piece out. I wonder if you can hear my dogs barking. They're upstairs going nuts. Okay, we're gonna put that right on top. And then we're gonna use some foam squares. Put these on the back. And then we are going to go ahead and put this right on the card. And there you have it, your finished card with your sentiment on the inside. Thanks for joining me today.